How are you, students? Hope you're all well in this COVID pandemic by God's grace. I am NAYAK. Today I am going to teach you exercise 4.3 of quadratic equation. In my previous classes I have covered question number 1 to 5, and in this class I am going to teach you question number 6, 7 and 8. All these three questions are word problems, so please be attentive. Let's start. Question number 6 is, the diagonal of a rectangular field is 60 meter more than the shorter side. If the longer side is 30 meter more than the shorter side, find the sides of the field. Dear students, you should try to keep the question in one variable. You should try your level best to keep it in one variable. But at the same time, you should also keep in mind that every time it is not feasible to solve the whole question by one variable. Though it can be done, but it will be not convenient. So it depends upon question to question. In some question we will see, if you take two variables, then it will be a bit easier. But in some other questions, it is enough to take one variable only. So that depends upon your practice. The more and more you do some questions, word problems, then you will get the experience. So where to take only one variable and where to take two variables. So in some questions where you need two variables, and if you try to do it by one variable, there will be a little bit of difficulty. And there is no rule for this. There is no shortcut or tip and tricks for this. It depends only on your experience. Generally, you will be tempted to take two variables, x and y, but no, you try to avoid as far as possible. So with this, I will begin. Now here you see in this question, there are shorter side and there is a longer side. So your tendency will be take shorter side as x and longer side as y, or vice versa. But no, you see the question very meticulously. Okay. That can be done by one variable. How? You see, it is given if the longer side is 30 meter more than the shorter side. You see this condition. This condition, if the longer side is 30 meter more than the shorter side. Here, this particular statement will help us to solve the question by one variable only. Because if you know the shorter side, suppose if the shorter side is known, then we can easily get the longer side by adding 30. Because longer side is 30 more. So our job is to get the shorter side. Once you get the shorter side, the longer side will be known to us. That's it. So let us take the shorter side as x. So solution, let the shorter side be x. So therefore, according to the question, according to the question, longer side is equal to x plus 30. Now, in this case, we can take this as x and this as y. But it will be more time consuming. It can be solved by taking shorter side as x and the longer side as y and putting y equal to x plus 30. You can proceed with the question. But no, it is not required. It is unnecessary. We will see in the next class, in some other questions, that it will be beneficial or it will be more advantageous to represent the variables, two variables, x and y. That we will see later on. But here, if you take x, shorter side, then you can get the longer side as x plus 30. Now, once in any word problem, my dear students, there are three steps. One, how to represent the variables, as I have told you. how to represent the unknowns as x and y. Sometimes you should take as one variable, sometimes you should take as two variables. It depends upon question to question, as I've said earlier. After framing, after representing the unknowns with the variables x and y or x, your very next step is to frame the equations. Here you should remember one thing again. If there is one variable, you need only one equation. If there are two variables, you need two equations. This is of prime importance in any word problem. The number of equations to be formulated must be equal to the number of unknowns. Otherwise, you cannot get the values of the variable. Okay, then the third step is to solve the equations. I will repeat, first step is to represent the unknowns in the form of variables x and y or x, whatever is suitable. Then next, you have to frame the equations depending upon the number of variables. If there are two variables, so two equations, one variable, one equation. And the third step is to solve it to get the values of the variable. And the last, that is not compulsory, but it is to ensure whether the answer is correct or not, you have to verify. Okay, now let us start. Now according to the question, longer side is x plus 30. So the first step is over. Now the second step is to frame the equation. What is the equation? Now in this type of case, it is better to draw a figure. This is a rectangle. Here, the shorter side has been taken as x and the longer side has been taken as x plus 30. Clear? Now the diagonal. So this is the diagonal. This is the diagonal. Now the diagonal is 60 more than the shorter side. So according to the question, the diagonal is 60 more. So it will be x plus 60. It is x plus 60. So according to the question, longer side is x plus 30 and the diagonal is equal to x plus 60. Right? Now, till now the equation has not been framed. Now how to get the equation? Now see, we have used all the conditions. This condition has also been used and this condition has also been used. So there is no more condition left to frame the equation. So how to get the equation? From this figure you see. By Pythagoras theorem, perpendicular square plus base square is equal to hypotenuse square. We can use this one here. Using Pythagoras theorem, we get, from the figure you see, using Pythagoras theorem, we get from the figure, what we get? This square plus this square is equal to this square. Means x square plus x plus 30 square is equal to x plus 60 square. Now we have framed the equation. Now we have to simplify it. X square, a plus b whole square, you use it. So x square plus 60x plus 900 will be equal to, here it will be x square plus 120x plus 6 is the 3600. Again you simplify. X square, this x square will cancel. So you will remain with x square, 60x, here you bring this one here, 60 and minus 120, so we will minus 60x and bring this one here, 3600 and 900, 0, 0, 9, it is minus, so it will be 7 and it will be 2, so it will be minus 2700 is equal to 0. We have framed the equation. Now you see it is in the form of quadratic equation, ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. Now we have framed the equation. Now what you have to do? We have to First step is over. Second step to frame the equation. Now the third step is to solve it. Let us solve it here. Let us solve it. Here again I want to tell you one thing, my dear students. Always try to, while factorizing, while solving these quadratic equations, always try to factorize by splitting the middle term. It is a bit easy. First you try. If it can be easily found out how to split it, then use this factorization method rather than using formula method, because formula method will take time, because b square minus 4ac, then you have to get square root of, it takes a bit of time. So therefore try to do by the factorization method. So what you have to do? You have to write it, students. You see, I will tell you one thing. If you are taking whole thing, you see, when there are two zeros and there is a single zero, when here there are two zeros to a single zero, you take only 27 and 6. This is a trick. You take only 27 and 6. So it is 3, 9 are 27. You see 9 minus 3 is coming 6. I will again repeat, when there are two zeros and there is a single zero, means when the zeros here is half the number of zeros which is in the constant term, then you take this one, 6 and 27. And 27 is 9 into 9 minus 3 is 6. So we can write here 90 minus 30. So we can write here x square. This is minus 60x, so we can write here minus, you see, 90x plus 30x minus 2700 is equal to 0. So it will be what? X minus 90, you write here x minus 90. So here you put plus 30, 31 is 30, plus minus minus 30 to 9, 2700. So it gives us what? X plus 30 and x minus 90 is equal to 0. So it will give you x plus 30 is equal to 0 or x minus 90 equal. You refer to my earlier videos how to solve these things. So it will be x is equal to minus 30 or it is 90. But since x is the length, so x cannot be 30. X cannot be 30. So therefore implies x is equal to 90. Since x cannot be equal to minus 30. Why? Since x cannot be equal to minus 30, because since x is a length. Since x is length. So x is equal to 90. We got x is equal to 90. So what is the answer then? So required answer. So we need to get the sides. Find the sides of the field. So therefore length is equal to, longer side will be this one. So 90 plus 30, 120, and breadth, or you can say the shorter side, breadth is equal to 90 meter, 120 meter. Okay students, now see, you can check it, you can apply this thing, you can check it. So this is 90 and this is 120, this will be 120 and this will be 90. If you put it in the Pythagoras theorem, you can easily verify whether our answer is correct or not. Now you see how to check it. X is how much? X is how much? 90. X is 90. You write here 90. And here x plus 30, how much it came? It came as 90 plus 30, 120. And how much this came? This came as 90 plus 60, 150. Now if this is the case, you try to see whether it satisfies Pythagoras theorem or not. This means 150 square should be equal to 90 square plus 120 square. 90 square is 8100 and 120 square will be equal to 14400. Isn't it? 12 is 144. So how much it comes? 0, 0, 5, 8 for 12, 2 carry 1, 225. Square root of 225 is 15. So it will be 150. So our answer is correct. I think it is clear. Please take this screenshot. Now let us do question number 7. The difference of squares of two numbers is 180. The square of the smaller number is 8 times the larger number. Find the two numbers. Dear students, as I told you just now, that there are some questions, means word problems, which can be done by taking one variable or two variables. But it will be more convenient if you try to solve the problem by taking two variables. And this is the one example. How before attempting such questions, first of all, do some rough work. Now see, you have to find two numbers. So two numbers means you have to get two numbers. So you will be thinking, I will take x and y. It may be, it may not be. So before that, whether to take x and y or to take only x, that we will see with a bit of rough work. Now what is given here? The square of the smaller number is 8 times the larger number. You see, the smaller number is given with respect to the larger number. Okay, so if I know the larger numbers, then I may find the smaller number. But what is larger number? Let's say the larger number is equal to x. Let's say the larger number is equal to x. So what will be the smaller number? You see, the smaller number is not directly given to you. The square of the smaller number is given to you. Dear students, pay attention. The smaller number is not 8 times. The square of the smaller number means if you represent the smaller number as Sn, smaller number, then its square will be equal to 8 times the smaller one, a larger one. You see, the square of the smaller number, is equal to 8 times means 8 into the larger number. Square of the smaller number is 8 times the larger number. So here, how will you represent the smaller number? Either you can like this, if you like this you can do. So in such questions, it is better to take the larger number as x and the smaller number as y. You should write it like this. You can do it like this, but it will be more convenient if you take larger number as x and smaller number as y. Okay. So let's see solution. So let the larger number be x and the smaller number be y. According to the question, the square of the smaller number is equal to 8 times, means 8 into the larger number x. So we got, no need to put here, okay, simple, y square is equal to 8x. Since there are two variables, there are two unknowns, we need two equations. First equation is framed. Now you have to go for the second equation. Now how to get frame the second equation? From this condition, the difference of squares of the two numbers is 180. Again according to the first condition of the problem, what do we get? The difference of squares, x, larger number is x, so it's the difference of what? The squares of, first you do the square, x square, and y, it is y square, and the difference is equal to 1 180. 180. Why I didn't do y square minus x square? Because since larger number is x, so we have taken the square is larger number more, so like x square minus y square will be 180. Here you should remember one thing, dear students. If x is 0, x greater than 0, if x is greater than 0, if x is greater than 0, then x square will increase. Suppose if I take 2, its square will be 4, it will increase. 8, its square will be 64, it will increase. But if x is less than 0, means if it is a fraction, if it is in fraction, suppose if it is 0.1, if it is 0.1, sorry, not x equal to 0, but if it is less than, like this, if it is in fraction, if x is in fraction, x is in fraction, so what it will be? It will be 0.01, it will become less. It will become less. You see, square of 2 is 4, it becomes more than x. The square of a number becomes more than x, but it should be like this. But if it is in decimals, in case of decimals, in the case of whole numbers it is like this, but in the case of decimals, the square becomes less. This thing you should bear in mind. This thing you should bear in mind. So here nothing has been told. What are the two numbers? So if you take y square minus x square, then also there will be no harm. But the logic behind taking this is because x has been considered as the larger number. So therefore larger number minus smaller number gives you 180. Okay students? Now we have got the second equation also. So the next step is to solving 1 and 2. Solving 1 and 2. What we will get? Just simply in place of x square you place 8x. From 1 and 2 it is x square. In place of y square you just simply put 8x, and this minus 180 will be equal to 0. Now let us do factorize. It's very small number. So 180 you do it like this. 3 6 3 2 and 5 4 you need to get 8. You need to get 8. 5 3 15, 5 3 15, 4 3 12, 5 4 and you make it 2 2. 2. This is hit and trial method only. There is no other way out. You have to get 8. 5 2 10. Acha, yes, you can get 10 into 8. You are getting 5 2 10 and 3 3 9 18. You see 180 is equal to 10 into 18. We are getting it. So here what we can write? X square, this minus 8 we can write as 10 into 18 minus, it can be written as 18x plus 10x minus 180 is equal to 0. Refer to my previous videos how to factorize a given quadratic equation by the method of factorization. From there you can easily get these things. You see it is coming now, minus 8. Now here it will be x minus 18 plus it will be x minus 18. So if you have to put 10, 10 1 10 plus minus minus 10 into 18. Okay. Now what we got? Here we got x plus 10 and x minus 18 is equal to 0. So it gives what? It gives either x is equal to 10, either x is equal to minus 10. Minus 10 because either this will be 0 or this will be 0. If this is 0, then x must be equal to minus 10. Minus 10 plus 10 0. And if this is 0, I am again repeating that you please go to refer to my previous videos. You can easily understand what I am going to tell you. So if it is 18, 18 minus 0, so x is equal to 18. X is equal to 18. So we got. Now since there are two, what is possible? Larger number and smaller number. Both are possible. So if x is equal to minus 10, so you have to study both the cases. If x is equal to minus 10, then the larger number is equal to x minus 10, and the smaller number will be y. Smaller number will be y, and y is what? y is equal to root over 8x, smaller number is equal to y is equal to root over of 8x, means it will be root over of 8 into minus 10 because x is minus 10. So that is equal to root over of minus 80, not feasible. Because the square root of negative number is not defined over the world of real numbers. There is no such real number which can define minus 80. So x is equal to minus 10 is not. So therefore x is not equal to minus 10. Okay. This is not suitable. This is not feasible. So for if x is equal to 18, this is very important, dear students. Because if you consider x is equal to, because in a quadratic equation you will always have two roots. So it is not necessary that both the roots will be suitable for your question. Both may be suitable, but you have to check whether which one is suitable. So here x is minus 10, it doesn't suit, because if it is such, then smaller number comes out to be root over minus 80, and root over minus 80 is not a real number. There is no such real number which can define square root of a negative number. So therefore x is equal to minus 10 is invalid. If x is equal to 18, then what will happen? Larger number is equal to what? X is equal to 18, and smaller number is equal to y. Y means root over 8x. Root over of 8 into x. So this will be equal to root over of 8 into x is what? X is equal to 18. 8 into 18. So it will be equal to root over of 8 is 64. It is 144. Root over of 144. So it is equal to 12. Now it is satisfied. So therefore required answer is equal to, that is larger number is equal to 18 and a smaller number is equal to 12. Okay students, now you can check it. How to check it? The difference of the squares of two number is 180. Difference of squares, if you do 18 square, check 18 square is equal to 324 and 12 square is equal to 144. If you subtract it, you will get is 4 minus 4 0, and it is 8 180 you are getting. So our answer is correct. Please take the screenshot. Now let us do the 8th question. That a train travels 360 km at a uniform speed. If the speed had been 5 km per hour more, it would have taken 1 hour less for the same journey. Find the speed of the train. Okay, here from the question itself we can understand that you have to only find the speed of the train. So you have to represent it by x. So it's very easy how to represent the unknown. It is very easy now in this particular question. And the question is also easily understood how a train travels 360 km at a uniform speed. Means uniform speed means the same speed. It is okay. Now if the speed had been 5 km more, then time taken 1 hour less. Definitely if your rate of doing work is more, then time taken to finish the job will be less, isn't it? Suppose your rate of doing homework is more, you can do it very fast, then the time taken will be less. And if your speed is less, then time taken will be more. So it is very easy to understand. But how to tackle the problem? You have to find the speed of the train. So here in this case, in such questions, it is always better to draw a figure. So in both there are two cases. A train travels 360 km at uniform speed. What is that speed is not given to us, but it is told that if a train travels 360 km at uniform speed, let here the speed be x, because the speed is that speed they are asking. Find the speed of the train, means that uniform speed. So if the uniform speed be x, if the speed be x, and if the distance is 360 km, and this x is what? Actually x km per hour, because this is speed. Now here that train will take certain time. There is a speed, and because we know speed is equal to distance by time, and time is equal to distance by speed. So distance is given, speed is given, so we can find out time. Okay. Now in the second case, what happens? The distance is same, 360 kilometer only. The distance is not going to change. The distance is that only, but the speed has become more. Means initially it was x, now it has become x plus 5 kilometer per hour. The speed has become more. Now when the speed has become more, the time taken will be less because the speed is same, the distance is same. The distance is same. So here again, so if you represent this time as a t1 and this time as a t2, pay attention dear students, here is important. Now if you take time taken to cover 360 km at a speed of x as t1 and time taken to cover the same distance 360 km at a speed of x plus 5 as t2, then which one will be more? Here you have to understand, because the speed here is more, so time taken here will be less. So therefore t1 is more. So t1 is greater than t2. Again I will repeat, distance to be covered is same in both the case, but the speed varies. In the second case the speed is increasing, so t2 will less, t2 will be more, t2 will be less, so therefore t1 is more, so therefore t1 is greater than t2. Now the question is, how much t1 is greater than t2? That is given 1 hour. That is t1 minus t2 is equal to 1. This is the equation. So now we will find t1 and t2 and we will put in this equation and we will get the value of x. Let's see solution. Let the speed of the train be x kilometer per hour. Now distance is equal to 360 kilometer. So if therefore t1 if from the figure you see t1 is equal to time is distance by speed. Distance is 360 and speed is x. This is the r. No need to write it r, it's enough. So now t1 is equal to 360 by x. Again in the second case, distance is equal to same only. Distance is equal to 360 kilometer, but speed has become more, x plus 5 kilometer per hour, isn't it? So therefore t2 is equal to distance by speed, 360 by x plus 5. Now, according to the question, t1 minus t2 is equal to 1. So what does this imply? Now we will solve it here. We will solve it here. Now what is t1? t1 is 360 by x. And what is t2? t2 is 360 minus 360 by x plus 5. 360 by x plus 5 is equal to 1. Now if you solve it, we will get the value of x and our job is done. Right? Let us see. So here you take 360 common. So 360 will come here. If you take 360 common, so it will be 1 by x minus 1 by x plus 5 is equal to 1. So it will be equal to, you see, x plus 5 minus x by x into x plus 5, and this 360 will come here. 360. So this x cancels. So it will be 5 by x square plus 5x. X square plus 5x will be equal to 1 by 360. So what we will get? So it will be x square plus 5x plus multiply will be equal to 5 0 0, 5 6 30, and 5 is 15, 16, 17, 18, 1800. So it will give you x square plus 5x minus 1800 is equal to 0. Now we have to solve. So here, so since this number is very big, so you can use formula method, quadratic formula. So x will be equal to minus b plus minus root over of b square, means 25 minus 4, a is 1 and c is minus 1800 divided by 2a, means 2 into 1, 2. So this will give us minus 5 plus minus root over of 25 minus plus 4 8 is 32, 4 is 7200 by it is 2. So implies x is equal to minus 5 plus minus root over of 7225 by 2. So let us find out what is square root of 7225. 7225. So here it will be 8 8 is 64, and here how much? It will be 8 and 1. So it will be 2 5 plus 8. It will be 16. So it will be 5 5 5 is 25, 5 is 30, 31, 32, 5 is 6 7 8. So it is 85. So it will be equal to minus 5 plus minus 85 by 2. So here you will get 2 root, minus 5 plus 85 means 85 minus 5, 80 by 2, 80 by 2, and minus 85 minus 5 minus 90, minus 90 by 2. So it will be equal to 40 and minus 45. Now from here you can easily understand minus 45 is invalid because speed of the train cannot be negative. Speed of the train cannot be negative. So therefore since speed of the train can't be negative, so therefore x is can't equal to minus 45. So therefore speed is equal to required speed, or you can say required speed. So required speed means required answer is equal to 40 km per hour. Now we got the answer. Our next step is to verify. Let us verify. So what is T1? Initial, the train travels 360 km uniform speed and our uniform speed is 40 km. So T1 will be equal to speed is equal to distance by time. So time is equal to distance by speed. Distance is 360 divided by speed. Our speed is 40. So it is 9 hours. So our original time taken was 9 hours. Now if the speed becomes more, now T2 speed becomes more. Initially it was 40, now the speed becomes more, it is 45. Distance is the same 360. Now if you divide 360 by 45, you will get 85 is 40, 8 for 32, 36. It is 8 hours. You see the time taken is less. So our answer is correct. So my dear students, this is all for today. In the next class, we will do 3 more questions, 9, 10 and 11. So till then, enjoy maths, and as usual, I request you to please subscribe my channel to motivate me. And also at the same time, if you subscribe, it's completely free, one thing. And if you subscribe, you will get the earlier notification from my channel. So that's it. See you in the next class. Thank you.